So today we will be continuing our story of Frostpunk first scenario. For those who are joining me for the first time, you would be thinking, why are we continuing it? Where's the beginning of the story? Well, the answer to that is I screwed up with the recording, and apparently the Twitch did not save my video, so that's 2 hours of stream gone. However, do not despair, as I will go through a bit of a introduction and cover all of the things that we have done in the previous 2 hours. Right, I'll start up the game, and I will wait for people to join in. Alright, well, I guess we can start, and whenever more people will join in, I will cover the rest. So, just to give a rundown of the game itself, if you haven't played it before, we have a bunch of resources on the UI here. We have coal that is used for this fancy generator, we have wood, and I should probably pause. We have wood that is used for both researching and building. We have metal or steel, which is also used for both researching and building. Steam cores are used for a much more advanced buildings than the basic ones. For example, this factory, which will produce automations for us, which also takes steam cores. And I'll get to the automations in a minute. We also have raw food, which can be eaten by the survivors, but probably shouldn't, because raw food is generally not healthy for human beings, especially since that food is most likely meat. But we can use this cookhouse here to get our raw food into food rations, which are much better for digestion, and you can feed more people with rations than with the raw food. So for example, one person would eat one raw food per meal and would likely get sick, but if I cook it, I can create 2 rations from one food item, which can feed twice as many people as before. Moving on, here we have time of the day. Usually people work from 8 to 8, 12-hour shifts, but because this is communism and we're very busy building it, we are making sure that the people are not bored, so we have unlocked a 6 to 8 hour shift, which is a little bit longer, but you know, there's nothing else to do in this frozen crater, so people are not going to get bored. We're just going to make them work for the good of the city. Moving on, here is the forecast. These show the temperature increases, and these are temperature decreases. Each level is 10 degrees, so right now we are at Whoopin -40, so pretty much Winnipeg. But it will warm up by 10 degrees, which will be fascinating and very good, because that will make our people less sick all the time. The way that the rest of it works is that you have a bunch of people which are divided into workers, engineers, children, and automations, which are not actually people. And you assign these people to workplaces to procure these resources for us and for research purposes. And these people go and do their jobs that were assigned to them, and they usually get exposed to very, very cold temperatures. These temperatures range from very warm -20 to very, very, very cold, which we'll see later on. And the more they get exposed to colder temperatures, the more chances they get sick, and they will need to go into the medical post of treatment. We want to try to avoid that because sick people are not productive and are not very helpful in building the communism. So that's pretty much rundown of it. Here I have also some of the issues with my settlement here, with my city. Right now we don't have homes for everybody, which is totally a lie, because we are upgrading these government issued tents, which are kind of really shitty in terms of insulation, to these fancy nice houses. Those are not the final houses that we will have for them. We will have the best houses there are, Khrushchevkas. But those are the pinnacle of the Soviet engineering, and we will be deploying them a little bit later. Moving on here, I have a couple of workshops which provide me with research, and the research looks like this. We have a couple of categories. We have heating, we have exploration industry, resources, and food, health, and shelter. We also have them divided into research levels, which can be unlocked by performing a research, which takes, well, you can kind of see, you cannot because of my face over here, but it takes quite a bit of resources. Level 3, for example, takes 100 wood and 50 steel, which is not that bad, but the latest one, automatic prototyping, those are very, very expensive. So far we got some hunters gear to make sure that our hunters are bringing more food. We got medical post upgrades to make sure that the people are getting healthier faster, and then we got the bunk houses, which are a step up from tents, because tents are not very insulated. On the resources side, we got faster gathering, so people can gather coal by hand much faster, and why I will show you in a second. We also have Coal Thumper, which is a device that pushes coal from the bedrock of the crater to the surface, so people can gather them. Then we have a sawmill, which gets us wood, and steelworks, which gets us steel. Moving on onto the exploration. On the exploration, we got set up a beacon, which was part of the mission, and we upgraded our scouts, as well as got ourselves a factory so we can start building automations and have machinery work for the good of the people in truly communist fashion. In heating, we got some steam hubs going, which extends the range of the heat for the generator, and heaters, which are built-in localized heaters, as well as we got a couple of generator upgrades. And I just forgot that I haven't mentioned the generator itself. Generator is this sexy beast here. What it does, it provides a heat ring around it, and everything in that heat ring is warmer. Steam hubs extend a localized heating ring, and in this zone, the buildings that are built are having the same heat level as if they were right next to the generator. generator is currently pumping out the steam level 2, so it adds 2 to the temperature in all heat zones. Also, we can upgrade the range of the heat zone, which we haven't done yet because we don't really need it right now. We will shortly, because the the larger the area and the higher the steam level, the more coal is going to be consumed by the generator. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Though the only one other thing that I wanted to mention is we have a coal mining facility here. It is not an actual mine, which we will get a little bit later, but we have 2 coal thumpers that bring a bunch of coal to the surface in these coal piles, and then from these gathering boats people are going and grabbing the coal for our generator, so we keep on pumping out heat and nobody freezes, which is important. Over here we have some sawmills going. This is our hunteries, and we just before logging off we started building a brothel. Brothel is not ready yet, it is just the first level of the adult entertainment. It's a public house, but we will upgrade it to brothel and we will staff it exclusively with engineers because, you know, engineers. And in here we have a steelworks, which will probably be serviced by automations, which is just like kicking around over here. So the difference between the automation and the workers is very simple. Automations does not require to sleep, and the only thing that they require to do is from time to time go to either the generator or to one of these steam hubs and fuel up. They are less efficient at the moment as a full complement of the worker in the building, but we will be working on that later. Right, so that's everything that we have here. One more screen we have is the Book of Laws. To go through this one is what we did is we got some radical treatment for the reason that we will be able to use prosthetics and better treat people. We got some extra rations for the ill. That way we can feed the ill people with food manually, which will help them recover faster. We also have on this branch we went for the corpse disposal. So basically we have a giant pile with corpses. The giant pile with corpses right now contains only 1 corpse. And we have that in order to have these organ transplants. So we are a sustainable communist colony, and we will be reusing body parts for both treatment of the sick and possibly as an organic fertilizer. But I'm not an organic man myself, so I don't think we'll be doing it with a fertilizer. We'll just be going with the regular farming. Moving on, we got some children to work on the safe jobs because, you know, this is a lonely crater and there is nothing for children to do. So we are making them provide a service, which is also serves them as an internship. So they will be better equipped for adult life in the future. Also, this takes place in about 1900. Year 1900 more or less, so surprisingly children during that time were actually employed at all kinds of jobs, including the jobs that are not super safe for children. So we're actually philosophically ahead of our time. Moving on, we got the emergency shift, so we can make some buildings work 24 hours per day. That's usually the engineer's job. And we got extended shifts, so we can work a little bit longer. People don't particularly like this, but you know, we're dying here, so some sacrifices needed to be made. For entertainment, we right now have the fighting arenas where people can just slug each other out. We also signed a dueling law. which supposedly causes people to be killed in a duel, but I have never had that happen to me. They do sometimes get injured, and that's what the medical boots are for. But yeah, we have this to make the effectiveness of the fight in arenas much better. And just recently we got this public house, so people can unwind and get drunk and marry and praise the party. Our next upgrade is going to be House of Pleasure, so we're going to turn the public house into the proper brothel. Request was made that this is to be done post haste, and we will be doing that as soon as we're allowed to. That's it for this colony. The only other piece that we have is the world map. On the world map, we have a bunch of locations that we can visit, and interesting things happen in these locations. You can find resources, you can find people, or you can get your scouts killed by the death floofs, like this happened in here. We went in, we found a bunch of people found bears, then a bunch of people decided for some reason to join the bears, and that got our scouts killed, but we got some people out of that. So net gain for the communism. In here we found the coal mine, which was pretty sweet setup, but we stripped it for parts because it gave us steam cores, which are more valuable than the coal mine at this point. And right now we're having a this scouting party go to another city called Winterholm. And we will find out what's going on with it. Since I don't see any lights during the night here, I'm guessing not well. But we will find out in one day. So this is basically the rundown of what we have here and what we have accomplished. If you have any specific questions, feel free to ask in the chat. I will answer you as much as possible. And yeah, here we go. We'll restart this. So right now our coal consumption should be pretty good. We are gaining about 200 per day, which is good, but we are not running at the full capacity, and at full capacity this sucker eats coal like crazy. And you can see there is a bunch of buildings coming out. They're much better than this stands. This is, like I keep on saying, this is turning out into the 5-star Cuban resort. Oh yeah, these are fighting arenas, and if you actually zoom in on these, you can get pretty close in, and you can see people doing their own stuff. So far, they're just building stuff and sleeping because it's 4 a.m. in the morning, which is the time for people to sleep. And this is something that I was not doing thanks to my neighbors doing. Yeah. Oh yeah, another thing that I was doing is I was naming a couple of these chaps for the people that I know in hopes that some of the events will trigger people that I know doing things, and hopefully will be a little bit more entertaining. So I think I will name this chap here Chase. I already have Kevin. I also need Brian. You look like Brian. You will be Brian. No, he does not want to be Brian. What? Come on. My keyboard died. I think my keyboard died. No, yeah, there we go. There we go. Alright. Fine. You will be Brian then. The other guy dodged being a Brian. Right. Very well. So apparently we're out of steel, and oh yeah, I paused because of the typing of the name. Alright, so we're out of steel, but this is fine. This is fine because people are working and they will be making steel. Oh yeah, I wanted engineers in this. It will have to be workers for now. Oh yeah, one of the other things is we have like these little quests that might pop up from time to time. For example, if there are people that do not have housing, they will go like, oh hey, we don't have housing, can you provide us with housing? And if you say yes, then these people will be happy, and if they're not, they're going to rise discontent, which is bad. So far we managed to complete all of the quests, which is crazy because I usually screw up all the time. But anyway, why are there so many sick people? Oh, this is nice. So now we have generator efficiency, and it went from 12 gold per hour to 10, so that gives us a little bit of the wiggle room here. Unfortunately, I don't think I have enough to start up another research. Do we have anything else? Well, we can do this, or we can wait an hour or so and get the steel to get us better things going. So right now I'm making an automation which will yeah, I think I will just toss these two on these steel factories and they will be just doing their steel thing, and glorious. Yeah, here comes our hunters. We have 20, so now we can go and research, and what do we want? We could go for this, we could go for this, we could go for this, but it's not that important. We got the scouts. So resources wise, I think we need better steelworks. This will give a next level upgrade for our factories. It will do two things. No, I should switch over to... Oh, right. It will be worked by the automations. So this will give the income. Right now we have 3.2, but it will pretty much double it. So it will be glorious. Alright. Oh yeah, there you go. This is a new automation coming out. I'm undecided between the steelworks and the coal thumpers. Let's do this. We have plenty of workers. We'll toss one here, and you will go and go with that. So now we have a problem that we have 20 unemployed engineers, which is fine because I want to employ engineers in the brothel. So food-wise, we're really good. In fact, so good that I will build a resource depot to make sure that we store all of that food, because at some point food is going to become a problem. The other thing that we will be doing is we will upgrade all of these, all of the tents into the proper housing. Bunkhouse. Bam. Oh, you need steel for that. They don't have steel. These guys are going to be just not doing anything. But that's okay. Oh, what's going on here? There's an event. Fundamental research. Sir, an engineer is asking for a day off to study automation closely. The automations can be improved. They may be pinnacle of our technology. I very much agree. But if we learned how to make them, we can surely learn how to make them even better. If we take a closer look at any machine, I can adjust it to improve its performance. Why should it be any different with them? So yes, I do want this, because making sure that that the machines are working at the better efficiency level is fantastic, because right now they're working at 60% efficiency as compared to a full staff of people, and we want to get this as closer to 100% as possible. The trick is, though, is 60% is per hour, and in total, because these guys do not need to rest, in total I'm getting about 120% of what I would be 120% or something like that of what I would be getting with people, because people need to rest. Alright, so we'll improve our storage capacity. We have tons of wood. We have so much wood that I just turned off my lumber mills. Alright, we got some steelworks, and we're short Alright, so next we are going to do, well, we could do steam mill, but it's not super useful because I will be switching to wall drills, which are basically infinite wood mining capabilities. However, what I would like to do is, let's go for health insulation. That will make all of these places definitely very warm, and that should keep our patients and people that work in these places much warmer. Speaking of this, I'm going to toss a bunch of fruit rations at them, and you can see that the amount of time it takes for them to recover lowers by about twice. So we have a law here, and by the popular demand, hope will fall slightly. That is why we will have a nice, good whorehouse here. Another step closer to the old ways left behind London. No, you will be you will be the first in line to the whorehouse. Alright, so for resources we have upgraded steelworks. We cannot do this now because we're short on steel, as always. I'm curious. Prepare for a hunt. Oh, wait. Whoa. Oh, these guys probably got cold when they were walking to their workplace. Speaking of which, we should switch this one to a smaller shift. Yeah, see, these guys were set into like the bourgeoisie working hours, which we cannot have. It's ridiculous. So with this, this steam hub will automatically turn off after the end of the shift, so it's not going to be wasting coal, which we can probably waste anyways. We have tons of coal so far. This basically provides a ridiculous amount of coal for us to use. Why are you stuck? 68. Oh, there's probably just a little bit of explanation. So I want to turn this off. Should be good. In terms of heating, you good for heating wise. I suppose you would need a heater. Right. So this is going to be a bit sucky. Alright, you guys work 24 hours a day. I usually like to keep one of these on the 24-hour shift, just because I like to have research done as much and as soon as possible. Right, let's upgrade one of these to a D1. 50% done here. So one of the cool things is the automations, they can also build. So these guys will just go and like upgrade our steelworks and continue working. These things are amazing. That reminds me of the Omni Park song? No, not the Omni Park. Which one was this? I was just listening recently to it. Dr. Franklin, you had a good idea, but it's time for them to disappear. Basically, the song is about crazy doctor replacing every human in the city with the automation. Now that they think about it, it is very much like me right now, but close. But basically, it's a fantastic song called Dr. Franklin, and I would highly recommend for everybody to listen to it if you have a chance. Alright. Come on. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's because they're refueling. No, people will build it. This is fine. Scouts have reached Winterholm. Okay. Right, so we climbed to the edge of the city. We stood there speechless, staring at the scene of the devastation. It's a city of the dead. Most of the buildings are destroyed and the generator has exploded. Oh yeah, this is one of the things that you want to try to avoid, is for generators to explode. We are getting steep cores out of this. Explore. The fall of Winterholm. The streets of the ruined city are littered with scores of dead bodies. The city chronicle describes a shortage of food and citizens' increasing despair. The following squabbles, riots, and descent into anarchy, fights for dwindling resources, and eventual starvation. The last entry, God forgive us. We are eating our dead. There is no hope. Sites discovered. We can continue going to Snowcliff and American Camp. We got 2 steam cores out of this, and we're on our own. We are alone. The news has shocked everyone in the city. There were supposed to be many settlements and construction crews there. People living normal lives in homes heated by the generators. But we are alone. Hope falls. Mike, why did Winterholm fail? All we have to do we have to die here too? They're all dead. By the way, Mike, I'm very disappointed in your faith in communism. Coming here was a fool's errand. We should go back. I'll not be doing that. Because, like, where the hell would you go? Like, everything, like, you're committed to this place. You're not leaving. Winterholm has fallen. They're all dead. How will we survive here without any help? We have to go back to London. There is no hope for us here in this frozen desert. Well, don't call Manitoba frozen desert like this. Well, I know I get to call it, but these guys don't. People start to gather as the news of the fate of Winterholm spreads throughout the city. Some of them want to drop everything and flee to London. Panic is starting to set in. How are they going to flee to London? They arrived here on the steam crawler, which was kind of like exploded or run out of fuel in the middle of the expedition, and like just few people managed to get to the generator, started up, and then they had to find everybody else manual. Like, how are you going to get back to London? But you know, it's humans are stupid. That's why we're building communism. Communism is better. I must give them purpose. So in here we have 2 paths that we can take. We can take a religious path and become God Emperor, or we can take a more authoritarian path, which is going to be much better, which I think, for this playthrough at least. I want to do a playthrough with this one and playthrough with this one on a different scenario. They're have both different pluses and minuses. This one is definitely like more feel good, but annoying. This one is more like we get shit done. And as I discussed in the previous video, which was not saved, I do not believe that democracy and feel good atmosphere kind of ruling party is good for A, extreme situations, and B, small communities. Small communities work better much with a single leader. Anyways, we're going to choose our path. People are shaken, racked by horror. Well, people are shaken, racked by fear and doubt, not horror. Well, that's the same thing. They've lost hope, and in our chances of survival. Desperation could quickly push them to commit reckless acts, which it will, and it will be annoying. You have to unite them. By the way, shitty choice of font here. You have to unite them behind the vision of the future. Decide now what will give them purpose and restore hope, or else our city will descend into chaos that consume Winterholm. It's like, hey, we have an example of what not to do, but people are going to do it anyways because, like I said, people are stupid. We're going to go with the order and discipline. Purpose. Neighborhood watch. We need to mobilize and stand together to help people in need and protect them from troublemakers. It gives this new building called Watchtower, which is pretty sick. Watchtowers increase hope of people living nearby. Yeah, and I need to build 2 watchtowers, which I should be able to do pretty quickly. The subject needed. Remember the guy from a couple of minutes ago? He was like ogling a automation in non-erotic way, and now he needs test subjects. Sir, an engineer is working on the automation project is back. He wants to borrow an automation. I'm close to a breakthrough. I just need an automation for a day, and I believe I'll be able to propose specific modifications that will raise their performance permanently. So you can just tell him to fuck off, or you can give him an automation. Other than automation not working for 24 hours, there is absolutely no downside to this. So you can have automation as long as you promise not to use it for sexual purposes. Speaking of which, that turned wrongly. But anyways, automations can man pretty much every building, including workshops and medical posts. What I am really annoyed by is they cannot man brothels. I find that to be completely travesty. Automations should be able to man brothel. Like, look at this thing. Like, who wouldn't want to, do a nasty with it? Anyways, that's my right. The Londoners. The unconvinced want to leave. Sir, you've convinced the majority, but hope is low. A group of our people are still so scared that they want to flee the city for London in 15 days. They've come to try to change your mind. You say order will save us? Nonsense. What are we going to do to orderly decide who will eat first when we start to starve? If you don't try to reach London, we'll end up like Winterhall. Calm down, we're not going to die. So this is going to turn into kind of like a tug of war. If your hope is really low, then there's going to be more people joining Londoners. If your hope is really high, people are going to come back. So it's important to have hope at maximum levels. Unless you want to get rid of a bunch of people. That's what I did in one of my harder playthroughs. It's just like, yeah, you guys leave, I have enough mouse to feed anyways. And you have to do it in the harder difficulties because it's really hard to do. Alright. Your people are divided. Some of them are so scared that they plan to leave the city for London in 15 days. They'll try to convince others to join them, preying on their discontent. Fear may lead people to desperate acts. Maintain peace, give people hope, and manage their discontent to guide the city safely through looming social crisis. Alright. Right now we have 18 Londoners. Oh, wow. Never mind. We have 34 Londoners. Tendency is many people want to join Londoners. That's because we have shitty hope here. We're gonna turn this a lot around. People join Londoners. Sir, people who want to leave for London have successfully urged their friends and neighbors to join them. People are more easily persuaded because they have little hope in our ultimate survival. We will fix it. Right, so we have here watchtowers. They need 5 steel and 15 wood. We're short on steel right now because stupid metal works are still constructed. Anyways, while we're doing that, an outpost can be set up here, delivering estimated 150 wood every 1 day. We have tons of wood. This is going to be fine. So these guys have on them 2 steel cores, I believe. We can just go and explore a little bit further before coming back. Here we have a snow cliff. A tall snow cliff. There is a hole in it, and it's inhabited. Oof. We can see lone figures bustling about. Let's explore that. That's probably going to give us more people. So while we're doing that, we can toss another gang of explorers over here and find American camp. Several brick tents, no sign of life. A flag flies over them, an American flag. Even from this distance, we couldn't mistake the stars and stripes. So I've been confused where this is. Initially, they said that people went away from London and went north. So this could be, yeah, I guess this is still England. Yeah, I guess this is England. Well, I'm not very good at geography. Whatever is like, Wales or whatever on the England there. So for me, it's all British Islands. Oh yeah, we'll go say hi to Americans. What the hell Americans are doing in the British Islands? I have no idea. Oh, right, we don't have an automation here because engineers abusing the automation. So, no, I lied, it was not twice as much, but it was pretty good. Let's have a bunch of people work on this for now. Right, so everything is humming along except for our research. We'll do something about the research that does not require metal. Most, this, nope, everything needs metal. Well, I guess you guys, I'm sorry for making you work 24 hours a day and not actually doing anything. Started a long time ago. Right? 20 iron, new research. So, this time around, I think I'm gonna go for this one. It's going to get colder soon, and this will help with this entire situation. But we do desperately need more steel. Hopefully these things are going to like churn out steel at a lot better pace than before. How's our food doing? Ah, we are actually losing food. Alright, we can have that. We need another hunter in here. To the street, but not getting rid of any resources. So the people can rejoice in glorious production activities. We also desperately need steel for the automations because I want these two to be run by automations. That way the gathering posts are going to be manned by people and working during the day, while during the night these are going to be producing coal. I also feel really bad about using them since I have these guys here and the living quarters are almost like next to them, so if anybody wants to sleep, good luck. And I feel really bad about that because I'm very, very serious about sleeping. You can rename automations. You will be named Darnay. This is not the turd, this is the... This is like the... I don't even know how to translate it. Well, if chat knows, let me know. This would be the Mark II Norwegian. No. You will be... I think this is how it's spelled, but I'm not sure. But yes. Alright. In the meantime, Our scouts reach the snow cliff. The hole in the snow cliff leads to a small chamber. Someone lives there, but the lonely human figure we saw from afar has disappeared. It might be the sole survivor of the winter home. Let's explore. The refugee from winter home. The man we've seen from afar was nowhere to be found. Searching his burrow, we found a diary of scientists who fled winter home. After the starving city fell into chaos, its leader, an army captain, appointed himself an absolute ruler. Yeah, this is totally not like this. They did not have communism. We have communism. We will persevere. He tried to impose order using force. Plenty of people disgruntled, deserted the city, and most of the others rebelled against him. So I discovered Shrouded Cave, freshwater springs. This is totally going to be different. We're not doing that. Okay, in here we can see distant glimmers of sun reflected off the surface of water. Unfrozen water here points to the presence of freshwater springs. Ooh. Let's check it out. We will circle back to this one and then double back to the city with our loot here. Alright, I need not to forget about this. Oh, holy crap, we have so much steel. This is glorious amounts of steel. Alright, so for the next trick, we will do... I'm tempted to increase our coal production. However, we should prepare for the next cold snap. Yeah, let's do stuff like... Oh yeah, we're like kind of running short of food, so what I'm going to do is I will try to switch the normal hunters for flying hunters, because hunting from zeppelins is so badass. My people are going to be stoked about this. This will also free up some manual labor here. Well, I'm researching the crossbows in preparation for the next stage. But right now we are employing 15 people. If we switch it to 5, we will be able to get 5 people from each of these huts, and I believe we have 6. So that's like 30 people free to do other stuff. It's amazing. Actually, it says that I'm running out of food, but I'm actually making more every day. Food rationing 200 per day, food consumption 207. Odd. Okay, are you done with the bloody automation, mate? Oh, right, we were going to finish upgrading everything to bunkhouses. And we wanted to build them watchtowers. Oh, okay. Cancel. Demolish. Wait. Where would be the best place? I think I should put one over here instead of this house and move that house over here. And then I should put one over here. Yeah, perfect. Okay, we'll do that. That goes away, that goes away, and then we will be moved to a glorious... Yeah, so I would need next to upgrade the range of the steam hubs, so they will cover a little more area for me. I'm just gonna place this one here, but we're not going to use this. I just want the offset here. I am building an extra one for a good reason, because I want these to move these 2 tents over to here. So we will have a little bit more free room by the generator for further expansion. So the question is, oh yeah, it's being covered by this thing. Okay, we'll have 4. Perfect. Right. this. So it's gonna get colder after one day, and I think it might stay that way.
Night is coming. Put down your tools.
Right, you know what? We have tons of coal. Let's kick this up a little bit more. So these guys are going to get heated by the generator. Ideally, right now these are wasting about this much of heat. So I might want to move these two spaces back when I will get an upgrade for range of the steam hubs, which we are going to do right now. Oh, right, you guys found survivors. Several pools are kept for freezing by hot spring deep underground. Patches of hardy lichens cling to the bare rock at their edges. It looks like a good place for a hideout. Let us explore. Degenerated but alive. Near the freshwater springs, we meet some refugees from Winterholm. They're sorry sight and seem to be completely unmoved by the fate of their city. After what kept them kept them from starving, they look away, then mumble something about eating lichens. Oh, this is the guys that were eating each other. Cannibals. You know, I kind of I really don't think that cannibalism is a good thing. But if you're in such a desperate situation where you can't absolutely eat anything, especially if the person is already dead, then maybe. I hope I never find myself in such a situation. So these guys, you can just hightail it back. I'm not going to escort them. This opened up a frozen grove, a small grove of several dozen trees. Let's go check it out. Good to meet Americans. We're going to meet Americans. Let's toss another resource depot and get our more coal storage, because our coal cuts. Holy crap, this is good. Also, as you can see, there is much more efficient. They're doing 20 with 30% less people. Alright, are you done deconstructing this shit? Come on, chop. So now terrible things will start happening, because launderers will need to gather supplies for their ridiculous journey and stuff like that. We are going to put a watchtower over here. Alright, Americans. There is not a living soul in the camp. We found about a dozen emancipated bodies. Surprisingly, most of them were amputees fitted with prosthetics. We got some steel cores and some steel from this. Starved Americans. The American camp was well supplied with everything except food. Searching the tents, we found more victims of hunger. Most of them have badly worn but sophisticated artificial limbs, bearing a company symbol, Tesla Manufacturing. We can only bury them and take their equipment. So we found temporary settlement. We shall take the resources. And then let's check out temporary settlement, which says we can see 2 rows of small wooden huts, but no smoke or other signs of life. All in all, it looks like a well-kept but temporary settlement. We shall see what's going on in there shortly. Alright. Oh, right. malfunctioning automation has been repaired. It was not malfunctioning, but I think they meant that the engineer finished with his shenanigans and we can use automation again. As promised, they built and manned watchtower to maintain order in the city. Look at that hole, it's like BAM! So much hole. So you can see that the tendency is a group of people may join learners. All our work will be for nothing if we leave. I'm staying. I'm proud of you, comrade. I'm proud of you. Oh, right, these guys. So we found a frozen cave. Some trees in this grove bear deep cuts in the shape of a cross. We found some bones scattered around them. Search the area. Buried shape. Poking around the trees marked with crosses, we found shallow graves under each one of them. The dead bodies lack most of the bigger muscles, and some bones were signs of cutting too. The corpses have been obviously stripped for eatable parts. Now we know what kept the survivors of the freshwater springs from starving. We'll leave the graves intact, but we can cut the trees for wood. Ooh, that's a lot of wood that they don't need. Alright, so let's circle back to Shrouded Cove and then deliver our steam cores back. Oh, we are actually starting to run out of wood. We have 100. Now, let's spin this one. Oh yeah, so since we will need more... Yeah, we really need to get these done. Oh, right, I missed these. Bunkhouse. Bunkhouse, 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 bunkhouse. Can we fit one here too? Oh, it will be outside of this. This will be there. Are you in range of the steam cope? Yes. So this will accommodate these guys coming in. That's about 30 people. So there's 2 extra, and I think one of these is supposed to be uninhabited. Scouts have reached temporary settlement. Temporary settlement. The settlement seems to have been abandoned. It consists of several tiny wooden shacks that are now completely empty. An upright boulder stands at its center. That is explored. Memory of injustice. The center of the settlement is marked with an upright boulder. On its roughly bland face, someone chiseled the following: "May God forgive the genius who sacrificed human lives in the name of progress, for we can't, exiles of the Tesla City." We won't touch the monument, but we decided to dismantle the huts for wood. Now we have Dreadnought's Landing and Walled Colony. So, I do want to find Tesla City and get my scouts killed, but what we'll do is we'll go to the Walled Colony, then circle back to Dreadnought Landing, and then circle back. And then when we dropped off our resources, I believe we'll be able to find Tesla City somewhere here. Okay, sizable settlement surrounded by a low wall made of stone, ice, and snow. No movement, no smoke. Alright. Right, so got the research done here. These right now. I should get this one done, so we will get a little bit more storage in these guys. Speaking of which, no, I will not be frugal. I will wait for the iron to accumulate for an extra automation, and actually 2 days to have them working on this thing here. surplus. Coal, we're not getting a surplus, but that's because I went ahead and increased the steam range of this. This sucker now eats 21 coals per hour, which is huge. Oh, one of the things is we don't need this at the maximum steam level at the moment, and we also don't need this one at the maximum steam range. Steam core needed. Oy. Sir, an engineer working on the automation project sent his report. He broke the automation keyboard. Son of a bitch. Now he wants a steam core. The damage hasn't been for nothing. We can fix the broken machine, and on top of that, we can now adjust the automation to make them work faster. The engineer's busy again now, but he said he is onto something really exciting. We will give him a steam core because it will get us 5% efficiency. Yeah, this rises better. As long as we have warehouse, everything's going to be okay. Oh, so this is going to be a problem. This particular building is not covered by our fighting arena, so we'll need to build one probably in here, because I want this to be like our person here. On the bright side, this covers a huge area over here, so we can move these back a bit and cover much better area. I'm hesitant to do this. So yeah, because if I do this, these are going to be outside of the range. So I'll wait until the third level of range for the generators. It will reach these guys over here, and then we can put the cores back in here. That actually means that we can lower their heating range and save ourselves some coal. Alright, so we have groups of law. I want to see moonshine. Every meal slightly lowers discontent. Eating soup causes less discontent. We're not eating soup, and we don't really have that much discontent at the moment. So, oh, I do want to get prosthetics though, which we'll get to later if we need to. In the meantime, we want to have morning gathering. We'll gather each morning to make sure our goals and priorities for the day are clear to everyone. I know some of my viewers will really hate this, and I know I will hate this, because this is the worst thing that they ever do in companies. It's like, hey, let's gather together for a meeting in the morning. It just, come on people, everyone knows what to do, let's just do it. But in this case, hope will rise slightly. Morning gatherers will slightly rise home from time to time. Fine. It kills me, but we have to do this.
A new law has passed.
Alright. So we supposedly have 17 people homeless, which is fine because there's stuff in here. Research the bot upgrade. We get a little of these. Research. Not good for this. We still have a bunch of wood. Actually, how much wood do we have? We have about there. Yeah, that's tons of wood. Okay. We're good on wood for a while. Don't need that for now. We can upgrade this sucker. Or we can get flying hunters, which I also don't really need. We have enough right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unlock a next level of research. By the way, the engineer literally broke the automation, and I'm very... No, he didn't. No. Why did they say that he broke it? So what the hell are you doing here? Dardy Trude, yes. You're recharging. Why are you not available? I'm confused and concerned about this. It looks like it's recharging, but it's not available here. I do have 2 automations. Are you okay there? I think it glitched out. God damn it, you shit. You know what? I'm gonna dismantle this. So you will walk off of it. Cancel. It's still not available. Well, at least it's just not blocking this sucker now. Maybe it's still being worked by the engineer. I don't know, but we're not getting enough steel for this. Right, so it's gonna get colder. Fortunately, we're well prepared. Heat zone is +2, build insulation +2, so we have 4 levels of heat, and it's going to be -2. Scouts. Numerous snow shelters expertly built from blocks of hard-packed snow huddle around cold, burned-out campfires. Deadly silence hangs over the colony. Dying exiles. Some of the exiles are still alive, just barely. We could try bring them to our city, although they might die on the way. One of the dying held a diary to his chest. We read the last entry. Exiled from Tesla City. With food and fuel running low, we send our strongest among us to search for help. They're our lost hope. We're afraid this refers to these poor Yankees we buried. Oh yeah, that's kind of bad. So, rob exiles of their supplies. That's just a dick move. This is not a communist way. Well, this is actually a communist way, but this is not our communist way. Escort exiles to the city. Well, I guess we're going to hold it. We pulled the dying exiles, 7 children, 19 engineers, 36 workers from their snow houses, and prepared them for a journey to our city. Some of them stirred from their death-like slumber to bless their absent friends for bringing hell. We couldn't tell them the truth, not yet. Alright, check on... Okay. Just making sure that we're still going. Right. So we have... Actually, I wanted to check. Wood, coal, prepared food, and coal. Don't have a storage for metal, but we're kind of using it like crazy right now, so we'll need that. Now, we got the children's hideout. Oh god, no. This cave is a hideout for some children who were evacuated from winter home. There are no adult survivors here. We should talk to the kids and take them to our city. God damn it. Bloody kids. Little survivors. Oh, that is so epic. We talked to the children in the hideout. They said that one night their teachers and some hunters took them out from winter home on a secret adventure. Teachers told them that they're going to stay here for a while. When the food ran low, their guardians went back to get more and didn't return. It seems these kids were evacuated in time before things in their city got really ugly. It's really weird that these survivors are very survivally up until the point where I find them. So like these children don't seem to have like much food left over, but they're cool. They've been staying like that for like a month or so, so we're not going to leave children to their fate. This is not the communist way. These are future communists. They're going to work for the betterment of our city. And we're on the way to the city anyway, so escort children to the city. So we're escorting them to the city. So unfortunately we'll have more mouths to feed, but, well, it's for the future. They're going to be adults later. Alright, let's speed this up. So when these guys are going to finish clearing out this forest over here, I will need to add more houses. In the meantime, I think I will need to incorporate this area into the housing district. I don't think I'm going to add workshops. 3 seems to be working fine. If I need to, I will add another one here. Learners gain more followers. That's fine. So we're going to put the bunkhouse here. It is going to be outside of this watchtower, so I'll need to build another one. Bam. Bam. Why are these on the different level now? It does fit me another one. So I'm going to build another watchtower over here, I believe. And the fighting arena in here. Because we want to keep everybody as covered by the amenities as possible. And we might need another steam hub on this side over here. Although we can probably build one over here on this side. Alright, what do you have here? You used up all of them. Perfect. Dismantle this shit. Are you working on the bourgeoisie's over? You are working on the bourgeoisie over. Damn it. I'm going to switch you to working on the communist numbers. Alright. That is doing good. That's our statistics here. Food is good. Steel is being used up. We have tons of coal. Holy crap.
Work time. Get back to work.
Okay. This guy is still chilling out. I'm not sure why. I'm just going to wait for the finishing of the automation project. And if this sucker is not doing anything, I'm just going to toss it to something else. I just wasted all the steel that I planned to get, didn't I? Yeah. Alright. Let's speed this thing along. Alright. Next, what we can do? We can do foremans. These are dope. Appointing a responsible foreman will make sure that the people work as efficiently as possible. New ability, foreman, increases the efficiency of a workplace by 40% for 24 hours. This is insane because I can add a foreman and make them work 24 hours. This sucker now is going to work at the research rate of 54% out of potential 50, which is a lie. Because I have like 4% over. Holy shit, look at this go. Right, we got mechanized calculators. We can get the generator power upgrade, which we don't really need right now. Generator range, improved heaters. I think I really need streamlined automation. Or this one, or both. This one. Because that will make us... you know what? No. 20 steel is easy to come by anyways, in the long run. but doing this is much better. At this efficiency, all of my automations are going to be working much better and producing more resources. Even though they're kind of expensive to make, it's not going to be the end of the world yet. What? Who is not living here? This is preposterous. Okay. Huge success. Sir, an automation project is complete. Automations can now be produced at a lower cost and used in medical facilities. We learned to modify the automations with precision attachments, allowing them to work on the most fragile thing we know, the human body. Which is also like, why can't they man the whorehouse? It also turns out we can remove some non-essential parts. Okay, yeah, sure. That's always, but like, why can't it works on the human body? It can work in the medical post. Why can't it work here? Anyways, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked on this. So, anyways, some people are not living in the range of these guys. Well, you do not have the benefit of living right next to the watchtower. I'm sorry, everyone, but the fuck, did you make 2 of these? No. Holy smokes! Oh no, that's not just 5% less. I'm confused why these got reset. You will be working emergency hours. Oh yeah, now I have a bloody automation. Okay, you go over here. Darn it true. Yes. That's what they. Alright, so Scots number 6 have returned safely to the city. They brought 19 engineers, 36 workers, 7 children, and 2 steam cores, 65 steel and wood. That is good. Minus the whole children thing. Holy shit. How many? We will have so many people. It's ridiculous. Alright. Let's go to the land Dreadnought landing. I believe this is actually the place where our Dreadnought broke down. Along the shore of the frozen bay, we can see the outline of the enormous ship. A wide lane of broken ice leads to it from the west. I guess it's not ours, because from the west. So it came from here. I'm confused, but that's fine. I'm always confused. I'm tempted to move this house. These people are not benefiting from the warm embrace of the proletariat. Yes, we cannot have this. And 9 people. Oh god, we need so many of this, so much of this. Right. Yeah. We need heating over here. So we'll put 1, 2. How many people are coming in? 35 children. So I need 2. Balls. I'll probably end up removing the range on this sucker, so it's not eating as much, at least for now, because it should cover a pretty small area. We don't care about this beacon getting covered, we don't care about any of this getting covered by the steam hubs. I'm curious. Raise before. Holy shit! Wow! Foreman can make automations work better. This is ridiculous. And bloody amazing. So that automation project got us this upgrade free. So that's awesome. Okay, we can further increase efficiency of gathering. All of this shit is locked, which I probably should start unlocking because I want to get a coal mine going. Or we can work on the saw drills. And here we can get a house, which is definitely going to be a Khrushchevka's, a pinnacle of the Soviet engineering in housing sphere. We can also get infirmary, which we don't really need right now. In terms of heating, we have generator power, generator range. Let's do that. God damn it. Vomit peanut way. Right. We are going to go... Oh yeah, let's do this, because it costs only 25 steel, it's pretty down on the list. Good. You don't have a street? Why do you not have a street? You should have a street. Okay. Right, everything is looking good. I should have picked up food. I will need more food rations at this rate because I'm going to be using it on everything. Like, look at this. It's like 105% efficiency for 24 hours working on by the automations. That is ridiculous. Okay, scout number 1 has returned to the city. Alright, good job, scout number 1. We don't have anything on this side at the moment. So what we are going to do is we're going to send these guys over here as well. And we're going to send only one of these teams into the Tesla city. And they will get themselves killed, unfortunately. But that's how the cookie crumbles, right? I wonder what to do with this space. And this space. We might need to move this house too to have like one of the bigger buildings here. Although we do have a bunch of them here. So how is our heat doing? This is fantastic. Because of this, very few people will get sick. They will get sick because they're working in like colder conditions. So this gives me +2. So there is a small chance of them getting sick from these things. But I'm going to replace them with automations. Oh, they're sick probably because they got hurt. I found them hurt, so they're going to die. Okay, yeah. Right, so we have a foreman, we have a guard station. So this is like a upgraded watch station. An organized militia will maintain peace and order in our city and help us deal with anyone who might threaten it. It gets new building. Well, let's actually upgrade for the watch station. Guard station raise hope of people living nearby. Guard station lowers discontent of people living nearby. You can use guards to break up protests. They should not be having protests in the first place. This is like a utopia. Right, so we have a shitload of steel. Holy crap, that's so much steel. Alright, then we can do this. Steam generator upgrade. We can upgrade these ones. And we have a lot of unemployed people. This is not good. This is not a communist way. Well, most of them are children. 42 children employed. Like, what's up with that? The better you can't really employ them anywhere. Oh, but we can employ them over here. Child labor, you see. Nonsense. This is internship. Why are you not doing it? You are going to build. Because they need you to build. The other 26 people who are not employed are not going to build, right? God damn. Well, in the meantime, we can add Hunter's Hut. Did you use up the trees? No. I don't want to block off this because that's where our drone is going to be. Oh, you're not going to block anything. Bam. We are getting close to the point where I would start feeling comfortable about the situation. So this is probably where people also getting sick, because this sawmill right now is at the chilly condition. That means that there is a pretty good, not that high, but a good chance of them getting sick, even with the generator, with the heater on. So we need to either upgrade the heater or finish up whatever we're doing over here. What do? Oh yeah, that's because 2%. I wish it would stack on the building tasks people that are not already employed first. Car station built. Car stations have been built and managed to maintain order in the city. Some people question their purpose, but the majority support the decision. Hope rises. See, bam. Discontent falls. Hope rises. Launderiness tendency. People are hopeful enough not to join launders. These bastards take 49 people. It would be nice if actually 49 people left, but this is not a hard mode. This is nice. Right, look at this animation. I also love the animation of how these things are getting like deployed. That is so awesome. Right, you will be Red Star. Oh no, even better, the Red Star Hammer. Alright, you can go. Well, you know, this is how we're going to fix the situation with people getting cold here. We're just going to have an automation in here. Automations don't get cold. Generator, range research. So this will increase our generator range like mad. This will allow us to move these suckers a little bit away, and then we can cover a greater area. Yeah, see? I'm not sure if these will be covered. Yeah, they will be, like this. Bam. This will also give an added benefit because a lot of people go and file into these cold hunters' huts before going for hunting. They will be going through warmer zones instead of the colder ones, and that's also going to decrease their chance of getting cold. Alright, so improve heater, generation power. Don't need that yet, we will, but not yet. Don't need that yet. Streamline. No. We should get these ones, so the thumpers themselves are going to get warmer. The higher along the chain the upgrade building is, the more insulation it has. So this one has installation level 1, this one has installation level 2, and that's good. And this also will allow us to add extra gathering huts. One of these is able to support full-time 2 gathering huts. However, a upgraded version can support up to 4, so we will have an insane amount of production from coal. Oh, and you are going to be the red star sickle. Is it how you spell sickle? Sickle. K? No. I think it's that. No. Well, whatever. I'm pretty sure that's not the correct spelling for it, but we'll deal with it. Alright. Foreman, exemplary behavior. Sir, a group of people, by the way, these are not foremen, these are managers. Sir, a group of people found inspiration in their work under the guidance of a foreman and have decided to try organizing their workplace on their own. Their spirit and motivation are exemplary today. Keep up the good work. Perfect. This is the communist way. This is good. I'm going to dump some food on these people, so they will get out of the healthcare system faster. I'm also going to build another 2 automations, and I had heaters on these things. I do not need heaters on these things anymore. You are going to be
It's time for rest.
Okay, now we can shut these suckers down and see if we screwed something up. Heat. Oh, by the way, there are filters. I don't remember how to do like a heating overlay. Temperature. There we go. Look at that. All of these are good temperature overlays. So all of this is nice and toasty, except for these 2. They're kind of on the colder side, but we're going to fix them by upgrading. Our cookhouse is not warm enough. We do have an upgrade for that though. Alright, steam coal thumper. Nice. I'm going to upgrade one of them for now, because we will need some iron for research over here. Alright, that, I think oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Upgrade the cookhouse so it will be toasty hot. And then I think I will need to go for the next level of research. Well, we could have employed actual people here. This is going way better than all of my previous games. Bam. And then gathering post. Oh, right. Scouts Range Dreadnought. What do we have here? Troubled Wanderers. Writing on the wall. Captain, someone has defaced the walls with predictions of doom of our city. This is troubling. People already fear will share the Winterholm's fate, and scared minds are swayed by even the smallest nudges. Send watchmen to remove it. Hope will wall slightly. So I still get like a bit of a hit to the hull, but not much. If I didn't have guard towers, I would have had to take like a bigger hit for it. Let's dismantle these 2. what I wanted to do here is a road going this way, and then an extra 2 gathering posts this way and this way, because these will be covered by a steam hub, I believe, and the people will be able to get to these piles, and that's going to be 4 per thumper. That reminds me of the Bambi, the hook. I will deal with that later. Alright, Dreadnought Landing. A huge ship has been dismantled here. Only its massive keel plates remain under the ice. Railroad tracks lead south, this way. We got some steam cores, steel and wood. Let's explore this place. Light to the south. Holy shit, that looks like a nuclear generator barn. That's... Oh, that's the actual ship, the steamship like this. Oh, that's sick. That's cool. I like this. We found a piece of hull plate bolted to the boulder. It's engraved with the following inscription. In the year 1886, the American expedition aboard Hephaestus landed here in search of haven from the global glacification. May God preserve the souls of our fellow countrymen who perished on the way aboard our sister ship Prometheus. Site discovered, Tesla City. Okay, so these guys are going to take the resources and hightail it back to our city. These guys, however, will book it to the Tesla City and most likely die. I have one instance of guys not dying as soon as they entered Tesla City, and it was ridiculous. It was like completely blindsided me. Right, Tesla City. A large settlement. Numerous buildings are dimly visible through the shining dome of electrical discharge that is projected over the town. Alright, and what did these guys want? People regain hope. For the first time, the Londoners have failed to persuade anyone to abandon our city and flee for London. People are recovering from their shock at the news of winter home and starting to hope for the future. I'm glad to hear that. That didn't actually increase my hope at all. We'll get everybody so hopeful it's going to be scary. Alright, heating that. Do we have for the next level? No, we do not. Oh, I guess in the meantime, let's get Flying Hunters. Yeah, this steel is going to be useful. So there's going to be another upgrade that will increase the rate of production of effectiveness of all these buildings. So I'm going to toss an automation on this as we discussed. Another one should go on this one as well. So Red Hammer and Red Sickle are going to be working side by side like comrades. Building communism together, side by side. But let's do it faster. You not built it? Oh right, I have one working over here. So you off over here. And a bunch of engineers go over here. So our food situation is looking somehow we can. Yes, we are eating more than we are producing. We'll be fixing that situation soon. Steam sawmill. I kind of want this one to get a little bit more under use of our sawmills, but I think we need to start looking for the switches. The automation has been built. Yeah. Oh, you're cooking without sawdust. What's wrong with you? Yeah, I think Elon Musk just went crazy. Well, Elon Tesla went too far. But, you know, on the other hand, is it too far? What is too far? Too far is very relative. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna get some more. What? Oh, yeah, that's the guys. Oh, they're still walking. Holy shit! I should have helped them out because like these guys are still walking from over here. Right. So what do we have here now? Oh, we have the Hunter's Hangar. Hunters based here hunt every night, venturing beyond the city to track their prey from the air. This is the only highlight of the winter apocalypse is hunters using fucking zeppelins. Oh yeah, this is another automation. Love this. Yeah, that's true. No airship scouts, but I guess it's like because you will not be able to see as much from the air. But I don't know. It's weird. The people's will. Right. So we can do one more. We can have patrols. Ensuring safety and order is of utmost importance to the long-term survival of our city. That is going to be important. However, I'm going to do something that is really would annoy me in real life. I'm going to go for the agitator, but we're going to do a propaganda center. To keep things running smoothly, we need to stay informed about our people's concerns and have a way of spreading the news we want them to hear. So this is what we were lacking in before we just went ahead and said that, oh yeah, Winterholm is dead, and everybody's like, oh well, now we're gonna die. So propaganda center is important. This is the way of bringing news to the people, the good news to the people, so they will all be not questioning the revolution. Alright, so after introducing this law, another one can be passed after 1 day, 21 hours. New building, propaganda center. The propaganda center raises hope, shows detailed info on the source of the discontent. New ability, the propaganda center can now distribute bulletins, raising hope. Bam!
A new law has passed.
Propaganda center. Oh, it's so huge it doesn't fit. It'll have to fit like this. Which is kind of like super wasteful. This stupid medical post is in the way. Or we can put it in here. And then move the medical post over here and have a hospital over there. Yeah, that's a plan. So the reason why I still have a couple of medical posts is they're useful for somebody gets a little bit cold, chilly, sniffles and stuff like that, so it's good to get them in there. Alright, so we will get this one upgraded, or we would have if we had any iron. In the meantime, infirmary? No. House? No. Well, I guess we're waiting until we get enough bloody iron. Or steel, I'm sorry, steel. Oh, these guys arrived. Right. The city is modern and meticulously built. A tall tower emits a constant barrier of lightning, deflecting the incoming snow, but nobody comes out to greet us. Press F to mourn! Well, not yet, but almost. Get ready to press F to mourn. Yes, of course. Bring news to the people in a manner that will not cause them to run around like chickens with their heads cut off. Yes, exactly, right? Unless Bolivia wants them to do. They generally don't, because that's just mess that needs to be fixed by somebody. Thunder unleashed. Able minds and bodies will prevail over cold, reads the slogan over the entrance to the Tesla city. A central, tall tower shines with a blue glow of electrical discharges. That would be so fucking annoying to live near it. It's like, even if you don't get hit by lightning, constant noise would be like, electric discharges which form protective dome over the town. But something went wrong here. There are charred bodies lying in the streets, and the stench of burnt flesh taints the air. We saw lightning streak from the tower, hitting a building and leaving a gash in its roof. So yeah, that's like, yay, but I guess this guy didn't really think it through. We are going to risk entering the city. The scouts will try to disable the electrical discharge and get themselves fried in the process. We enter the city. As soon as our scouts enter the city, we lost contact with them. There is no telling what happened, but we presume they're all dead. Yeah. I don't know, maybe that happens all the time on the lower difficulties, but I had them lower the thing, and I think the result was like pretty much the same, just like you didn't lose any scouts. So the really cool thing is outposts can be set up here, deliver an estimated 1 steam core every 1 day. This is amazing. Okay, you guys. Oh yeah, you guys are returning. So this is I want to do, because again, steam cores are very rare and we'll need all of them. Do we have enough? No, we don't. Come on, activations. Do we have enough? Should have enough. Generator power. This one? I am conflicted between this one and this one, infirmary. I think I'll go for the infirmary just so we have it, and everything's going to be running better. So we'll have an extra medical post, we'll have a hospital, everything's going to be fine. Engineers, 10 of them. Propaganda center built. Whole price. Holy shit, look at that. This is it. No mercy for our enemies. Order above all. May the traitors cover in terror. The sign will strike fear into the hearts of villains. Alright, you guys get to work 24 hours this time. So our hope is pretty good. Tendency is handful of wanderers will abandon their cause. This is good. Oh, I have 2 automations that are looking around and doing nothing. Let's fix that. Wall drill. So I usually like building this one over here, so the automation can get to the steam core in here. This will provide us with a steady stream of wood Oh, look at that! Look at that! This is them. This is these are the airship pirates. We probably need more houses maybe. Scouts have returned. Brought steel, wood, and a steam core. Well, they can chill in here for a little bit. Or I can preemptively send them this way. Oh, this is what I wanted to build. I wanted to build an outpost thing so we could get some steam cores. Yeah. Right, so we have one automation that is not doing anything. We will... You know what? We should be able to build a hothouse as well at some point. So now I have a little bit of a balance between having people do stuff and automations do stuff. That is almost creepy, but at the same time, this is amazing. Why are you just sitting here? Oh, you're watching your brother work. This automation is learning. It's learning how to do its job. Okay, 2 automations went that. This is going to get done. Yeah, we're looking peachy here. Like, this is... I don't think there is anything that can, like, screw us over anymore. What house? Here? I will need more fighting arenas, maybe like over here or something like that, to cover this side. Survivors reach the city. Sir, a group of survivors has reached our city. They're tired, they'll need a place to rest and bite to eat, and perhaps some medical attention. But they're ready to lend a hand however they can. That's a lot of people. 300 people. Alright. Police in the streets. Sir, a group of drunk men... Where did they get drinks? I specifically didn't take that law, so I was thinking that it will avoid the entire thing because like there is no alcohol. But I guess this is... they will make their own alcohol. A group of drunk men were disturbing the peace, pushing each other, screaming obscenities, and harassing women on the streets. Our guards intervened and restrained the drunkards before anyone was hurt. What should we do them? We can let them sober up, or we can punish them. People may get hurt, discontent will fall slightly. Our discontent is super low, so we'll just let them sober up. Bam! Hope increases. I would be a fantastic dictator. Going to need more coal eventually. Come on, people. Trouble with the Wanderers. Another act of vandalism. The Wanderers have defaced more walls, urging everybody to join them and abandon the city. Some graffiti even mocks your leadership, branding you an unfit leader incapable of doing what it takes to save our people. Send the watchman to remove it. So yeah, you know, it's just like hope is almost at the max, people are happy, everything's going good, and they're like, well, no, we don't like you, you're a terrible leader. I'm an amazing leader. Alright, health. We even have a state-sponsored healthcare, like, really. Look at this. Even though it takes an entire bloody steam core. Right. You can be run by the... Which members be? Like, what the fuck, man? Come on. Captain, members of the neighborhood watch who were removing the launderer's loggings have been assaulted. We should do something to protect our people. Send guards to secure the streets. Hope will rise. Order guards to strike back. Discontent will fall. I don't want to escalate this. Hope will fall. But we'll secure the streets. These are just, friendly neighborhood patrols with batons. If anything happens, batons come up. Right, these are... good. I got a little bit confused there. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to move this sucker a little bit further. No, I cannot. I thought these were at the same level, but they're not. They can be at the same level. Alright, we'll have a bit of the renovation here. This. And then we'll have a street going this way. I don't know what I'm doing here. It's just shenanigans. I'm trying to make it look pretty. However, I think I can move this one a little bit further back. Over here. This should be good. Alright, so in the meantime we have a fuck ton of steel, which we will use for... I don't know what we'll use it for. Can we use it for? We can build more automation, guard station, resources. Oh yeah, that's what we use it for. This is very important. This is hunteries. Hunteries are vital to the survival of our glorious union. Honestly, I don't want you to march to work. Just do you. You don't need to do something crazy. You don't need to march. Just go to work. Outpost depot research. This is going to be huge. Wait. If I don't have enough steel. Okay, let's do this because I kind of want it to be done as soon as possible. So, outpost beacon is going to be over here. I'm sure it will not cause any kind of noise or anything. Bam. This will allow us to get a ton of extra cores. Right, so now we can infirmary mechanization. Infirmaries will employ fewer people, -5 engineers. I don't care about that because I plan on having an automation working it anyways. What we could do though is we can get a hothouse going, unless we have something more pressing in here. So I think we need this. Oh yeah, we do. So in a couple of days, our temperature is going to fall by 20 more degrees to -60, which is going to be very, very cold. Right. Oh, okay. Let's make one. Well, I guess I can put engineers to work here. We have like tons of engineers. This one is almost done too. We can increase its performance. Yeah, because we're starting to run low on wood. Alright. And we want guys in here. Team course for the win. So, and actually, I think patients in the infirmary or the hospital are going to recover faster than the patients in the medical posts. I do keep one, just in case of an overflow, because if a sick person just hangs around, they will become critically critically sick, and then they need to get an amputation done, and then they have to make them a prosthetic. But if we can avoid all of that shenanigans to begin with, that's pretty more preferable. Oh yeah, I forgot to propaganda bulletin. News bulletin delivered to every household will reassure people that we are protecting our city by maintaining order, whether you like to receive this bulletin or not. Alright, go to the fishing village. Look at these heavy metal parts. Do I do this, or do I need metal for something else? I think we're good on metal. We'll need to start upgrading our houses again to make them from the bun houses into a proper Khrushchevkas. A pinnacle of the Soviet engineering. Yeah, I should have done that. Yeah, let's do a hot house while we're waiting on more steel to unlock the next level. Whoa, chill. This is good. We don't need that yet. So in terms of consumption, we have about 500 per day that we can increase in consumption. So what I do need is something that's going to become available a little bit on the next level of laws. It's called the agitator. Basically, it would be playing motivational jingles and happy announcements over the intercom for a mandatory listening for every worker. Oh wow, we're running out of coal. Okay, well, if we're running out of coal, I'm good in upgrading the steam level to 3. Let's boil our people alive in their houses. This is the most important thing here. House of Pleasure customers. I also like that it's called House of Pleasure. And it's staffed by only engineers. I guess this guy got stuck or something. Yeah, this guy had a technical malfunction. That's why he's not flying anywhere. Also, this does not seem to be very insulated. That needed to be covered in some way, shape or form. Oh, holy smokes. Yeah, we need a lot, of course. We have coal stockpiles. Because this sucker eats 48 coal per hour, so our consumption is about 500 per day. So at this rate, we're good like for 6 days. Oh yeah, there he goes. Whee! Fly, little. He just froze over there. Right, so we actually can build a huge expansion to the settlement on this side here, and we have a bunch of room for growth in here. Oh well, turn you. I should get. Oh, holy crap! Look at that! I just turned off one of them, and the consumption. Well, and the second one over here, and the consumption went so much down. So low. It's crazy. Right, fishing village. A hot spring keeps a tiny patch of sea from freezing here. The Americans used this opportunity to set up a fishing village. It's deserted now. Explore. No place for the weak. This fishing village used to supply Tesla City with food. Searching it, we found a letter. Mike, don't return to the city. Tesla is a madman. He cast out all the MTDs, all the sick. Jerry patients and the old Beth are among Jerry's patients and the old Beth are among them. There will be blood, that's for sure, and soon. The village was left in order. We could send a team here to start fishing. Again, not important. Oh, okay. So we get 277 wood if we dismantle it. If we leave it alone, we still get the steam core. So yeah, leave it. Research station. So the reason why these guys are going to be chilling in here is because there's going to be like on the Act 3 a little bit more of the places that we can explore. But let's speed things up. Yeah, that steam hub was eating so much power. Right, yeah, these guys can wait. Oh, let's put some formans in here. People support the guards. Sir, people are no longer concerned by the Londoner slogans. Some have started to bring hot soup to the guards patrolling the streets. We just couldn't bear watching them walk in the streets in this cold. The slogans? The deranged scrawl of cowards, nothing more. I'm glad to hear that. I'm really glad to hear that, you know. This is a good way to use police. Like, they're supposed to be patrolling and keeping safe, not like doing stupid shit that they do now. Storage limit reached. Oh yeah, that's because these guys are working through the night, so there's going to be always more coal that people can gather on. Huh. That brings a good point. What if we put another one of these gathering huts? I'll try to do it when this thing on, so I can see where it's eventually. Right, wait, open outpost. Yep. Bring me those sweet coolers. Alright, what's up? First Londoners convinced to stay. Sir, several of the people who wanted to flee to London have decided to trust you and stay. They say that your recent decisions convinced them that there is hope for us yet. I'm glad to hear that. I'm actually indifferent to that. I'm like on the mind that like, if you want to leave, just fucking go. Don't stay and like fuck up everybody's life. Great. Let's move. Let's get to work. We can't let our guards down. Alright. We have a steam range. I wonder if I can fit 2 extras here. Sources. Can we roast? No. They're just outside the steam range. But I can put them here and get rid of that because we already have one back up over here. No, you're not working 24 hours per day. That's oops. Oops, that's not good. That's not good. Go faster. Right, so the difference between these guys is that the hunters breed 30 food per run, which is a lot more. Ah, there it goes.
Come, lads. We must work harder.
Come, lads, we must work harder. Alright, that should upgrade all of our fooderies to flying hunteries. What house researched? I used up all of my bloody steel again. Okay, let's no, we don't need these. We can use this steel for upgrading to the next level. So we can see that there's going to be a Wormanin pretty soon. Alright, we can have more children employed over here, so nobody gets bored, everybody gets employed. Scouts Research Station. The door of the research station has been bashed in. There are signs of fighting inside, broken furniture, damaged scientific instruments, and spatters of blood. The last discovery. Inside the ransacked station we found the Tesla audio diary. A voice speaks. All the observed changes, like sun dimming, volcanic ash, could not have caused such cooling. But what if the huge quake of 1887 in Patagonia was an asteroid strike? There is shouting, crashes, and silence. Numerous tracks lead from the door towards the mountains. There is a cave hideout. Ooh, so there is... sun is dimming for some reason, volcanoes going off, and then there is a asteroid crash, because why the fuck not, right? I should have these guys help out on this one. How long will it take them to get there? 3 days, 15 hours. Well, go. That was a mistake. I waited for them to unlock the 3rd chapter, but they could have been used better here. Anyways, our coal consumption is good. We can keep on going like this for eternity, but we'll still have 1 extra level to go and 1 extra level for this increase, which I don't think I'm gonna go for. There is no real reason for it. Right, we'll make it to the 20th day even, and then we can call it a stream. Fighting arena, fighting arena. Okay, good, good. Oh yeah, Book of Law. Purpose. There is this agitator. I love this thing in principle, but I'm really sad for people that are actually listening to it. Strategically placed loudspeakers will remind our citizens of the importance of their work and increase their efficiency. You build an agitator, raises the efficiency of nearby workforce by 20%. This is dope, because this guy is going to go onto here and cover my engineers, or it can go on here and cover all of my medical facilities and engineers. Unfortunately, agitator is not working on the whorehouse all that well, so that's not going to happen, even though I really wanted it to. Guess you can go over here. Now, another one I really wanted to be here to cover all of my coal gathering activities. The 3rd one I'll put here, but I'm not sure if it will impact the gathering of steel. I'm gonna put it anyway there. because why wouldn't I? And let's build 3 agitators. Building it here does not improve efficiency of the hunteries, so we'll just leave it. If this works, then I'm gonna put one by the wall drill here. Oh, these guys are difference engine research. Tier 4 technologies. Alright, so primary checklist, 15% faster, more food. I do however want efficiency because that will allow us to burn a little bit less coal. That's always good. Right, serious accident. Sir, there has been an accident. An automation has stepped on a man, crushing his leg and crippling him for life. That's going to be fine, actually. People argue that automations should walk more slowly and carefully, even at the cost of their efficiency. We cannot afford this because this is going to cause our automation's efficiency to fall by 10%. However, if we do not do that, some of the people are going to get wounded and stuff like that, but we can make them sick prosthetics. We will turn them into the cyber communists. Just let it sink in. Cyber communists. Alright, I think this automation finished up. Alright, you can get dismantled, and we have 2 of them. Not just one. Kick it out. Oh, the scouts have reached the cave hideout. I get these guys. Oh yeah, we have survivors. We climbed up to the cave. A low stone wall stands across its entrance. Behind it, we can see several men. Explore! Oh, these are a few tired men. As we approach the cave, its inhabitants pull out their rifles and take position behind the wall, barring the entrance. They're in bad shape, weak from the malnourishment and illness. We can talk to them, or we can attack them. We can overpower the Americans, or we can talk to them. I am playing this as like a nice person, getting everybody together, so let's talk to them. Nothing like a small talk. Seeing we have no ill intentions, that is a lie. We have very ill intentions, just not in this case particularly. Americans told us how they dealt justice to the inventor after expelling him from the city. We buried Tesla's battered body in the cave and are heading home with these poor wretches in tow. 35 men. Well, I guess you coming with us? Yeah. Okay, well, this is good because these guys will get there eventually. We'll cover these 2 spots when these guys come back. I think one of the upgrades is that we have is also faster slaves. Yes. Oh no, faster. Yeah. Additional scouts. Oh, that's an event. This one. This is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to this one. Also, we have automation upgrades, and we can have automations being engineers, which makes no sense whatsoever. It's like making fully sentient AI. Alright, let's put another one of these here. Now let's put 2 or 3. We have shit to store. And we have 68 unemployed people, none of which are children. And they say that we don't have any evil intentions. Agitator built. First agitators are operational. Your encouraging words can reach more people. Look how much better these guys are working. Efficiency 168%. That is insane. Alright. Resources, gathering post installation. That's going to be actually quite good, but this is going to be critical. We need more steel. We always need more steel. Alright, you coal. You also coal. You will be steel. So we can upgrade all of these guys to a magnificent Imperator grade. Heavy Khrushchevkas. Alright, so I will stop it here. We have achieved much. Our hope is at all-time high, surprisingly. Discontent is at all-time low, unsurprisingly. We are getting more Londoners back, and we have 8 days to convince everybody to stay. We got a bunch of people coming in to help with tons of supplies. We're exploring the large world map. We have tons of automations going. We have full production for our generator. We have happy people, even if they don't like to admit it. We have guard station. Everybody has a home. For some reason, this guy. Oh yeah, that's the one that gets stepped on by the automation. We are in really good shape, and we will pick it up tomorrow, or whenever, maybe tomorrow, and we will finish this scenario, I think, on day 40, but last 10 days is like basically not enough to do, so we will be finishing this in the next 1 or 2 sessions, and yeah, thank you for joining me, and yeah, see you next time. Have a good one. Bye bye.